So much like Marvel Snap's reviews on Steam and the App Store, today is all about being negative with the release of Marvel Snap's newest card, Gorr the God Butcher, who of course himself has negative power, and that makes him perfect in a Mr. Negative deck where you flip that Gorr around, he becomes a 0/6, which is already, you know, hey, that's not bad. And then this ongoing effect, +2 power for each on reveal card in play. I have found out today that scales like crazy. It is so reliably enormous. This deck, of course, has plenty of ways to fuel that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on reveal cards itself. You know, that's theoretically +16 already on a 0/6. You don't always have all those in play, but, you know, adding an extra like 12 or whatever to your 0/6 is very reasonable on your side of the board. But then this is also counting your opponent's cards, don't forget. So they often have another like 6 cards or whatever. And Gorr is just so often 24, 28, 32 power, which is insane. And then Taskmaster can copy that, you know, also often at 0 cost. And you're just, you know, spending 0 energy to get like 60 plus power out of these 2 cards. On top of that, we have the classic, you know, Mr. Negative payoff cards of Iron Man and Sage and Mystique and Ironheart, which all play really nicely with Wong, and now, of course, serve this dual utility into Gorr. Also, Ravonna kind of ties all this together. There are games where you don't even need Mr. Negative, but just like Ravonna and a bunch of on reveals into Gorr Taskmaster, like that can solo games. The opponent, remember, again, is feeding into these Gorrs, which makes them enormous. So like play this on 5, play this on 6, that can absolutely be enough to win. So it feels like Gorr is honestly a crazy good fit in Mr. Negative decks, and it gives it like another payoff card. Because, you know, sometimes Sage is your big Taskmaster payoff. Like you can do, you know, Wong, Mystique, Sage, Taskmaster. That's been a very reliable plan for this deck. So now you have Gorr to serve as like another great Taskmaster card, where sometimes this could feel a little bit stranded if you didn't hit that perfect Sage setup. So that's great. But then, you know, he's just an independently good threat too, feeding into Iron Man's. Mystique also copies Gorr as an ongoing card. So you can go Gorr, Mystique, Taskmaster for another line. So he just kind of like has lines into all of the other elements of this deck and makes him a shockingly great fit. And I had a monster run with this deck. I went 7-3, but I'll tell you right now, you'll see in this video, I absolutely threw one of the games. It was 100% a win if I played it differently, which we'll talk about as we go through it. So really should have went 8-2 as far as this deck is concerned, and that was against a number of mirror matches as well, because a lot of people are playing negative Gorr. We also saw Gorr today popping up in like some Agent Venom decks, you know, where you're just buffing him to 3 and playing him with a bunch of small on reveals, almost like a bounce stack. Again, Ravonna sort of enabling various pieces of that puzzle, making Gorr 5, and then like Taskmaster or even on Arnim Zola on 6 to copy those Gorrs. So this card actually looks really good based on my day one instincts so far. Obviously, you know, this is one you have to watch and see where the data lands. You know, this could all be hype, could all be mirror matches, but man, this got a lot bigger than I expected, because just so many cards are on reveals, even for decks that aren't like on reveal decks. There's just so many on reveals floating around that this guy, he starts to enter that kind of blob territory where he's just that giant single-handed threat. And then other bonus synergies on top of that just unlock so much more potential. So yeah, you're going to see some big Gorrs, some crazy wins, some insane power output in this deck, thanks to Gorr the God Butcher, or, Gorr the Meta Butcher, perhaps. We'll see very soon if this goes like I think it will. All right, this is an interesting hand. I feel like Mirror Island was the featured location. Oh, Gorr updating. Now him updating in hand doesn't mess up Ravonna, right? Because it's not real. It's just an indicator. It's not really the number, right? Either way, I like Wong here. Like Iron Man left a lot. This may be a game where we don't even really need Mr. Negative. We'll take him, but we don't need him necessarily. Dude, he's already a 6/3. Let's go. Kidding, Demon. He's back. This is kind of fun to watch it update, watch it increment, right? It almost feels like he himself should be an ongoing card for the record, but yeah, this would be again really nice with Iron Man. Maybe we play Magic left and then Iron Man right, Be cool if it went left. I don't want to lose the Wong timing here. I guess, yeah, because if you still draw Mr. Negative, you still play him next turn for sure, right? Yeah. It's weird, like, you never do a... Oh my god, I'm a genius. I knew it. You never play this in an ongoing deck, right? I'm just thinking about, like, Gorr in an ongoing deck. You could play him in, like, a bouncy deck. Like, this is already, as you can see, a lot of interesting stuff. All right, so we do really want to play Magic this turn. Ironheart, really no rush. I mean, God, do we actually want to play Magic, or do we want to play Jane? Jane draws me 3 cards. That's a full hand. No, that's perfect. Why do I need to play Magic? No, we'll just pop off next turn. It means no Iron Man, but it does mean Gorr into Taskmaster. Although that might just be smaller than Sage into Taskmaster. We'll have to see. But either way, Gorr is definitely a powerhouse in this case. Yeah, no, this is kind of perfect. Gorr keeps getting bigger, yeah. Cassandra's, yeah, whatever. Be fine. I mean, Sage is going to be bigger than Gorr. No question. That doesn't affect us ever, except maybe... No, it does actually. Ironheart would have affected us, right? Iron Man's a good hit, though. So we go... Oh, this Mystique is actually a little bit stranded, too, though, isn't it? Because we've already played our Wong. How big is... Like, is... This is probably just a better play, realistically. But I'm really sad because I actually really like the Gorr, and I'm really sad. Like, you know, he's the new card. I want to play him, but realistically, Iron Man's just better. But you know what? Let's just play the new stuff. It's fine. But Mystique can be Gorr. It's fine, right? This is still an insane turn. Hopefully, it's still enough to win. I think it will be enough to win, personally, but... You know, we'll see. Sage is pretty big, but not that big, I guess. I think we'll be okay. Depends on Ironheart buffs a little bit, maybe, but I think we're fine. Gorr is 19 already, dude. That's so sick. And Mystique makes him go small because she turns into an ongoing. It's funny. She kind of buffs him and then doesn't. But yeah, no, this is fine, dude. Gorr is very big. Yeah, this is quite a large. Dude, Taskmaster on the Mystique actually is bigger than the Sage, bro. Interesting. A 626, dude. Obviously, that relies on the opponent a little bit here, but that's still pretty insane. Holy crap. Yeah, no, I'm glad we played the Gorr. Still plenty big. Yeah, we got to see the new guy in action. Okay, already impressed. Game 1, I'm sold. That was nuts. Better than I dreamed, to be honest. No Hell's Kitchen hits for us. Pretty bad hand at the moment. No 2-drop, which is really nice to have. Magic is good. Magic Hellfire Club important to us? No, we don't really have anything flipped to 1. So. Uh-oh, mirror match, I bet, and they hit the Ravona. We're in trouble. Oh. Tribunal version. Okay, so this is gonna be negative Tribunal, I bet. We do get a Mr. Negative at least. We have negative into Jane, but hand's pretty full thanks to White Palace. They're looking for a Mr. Negative, it seems. Iron Man instead. That's gonna be tough. I mean, we definitely have the scalability that can beat a Tribunal deck, but it's gonna be hard. You know, it's just tough to find it. Since we have our own Tribunal, we might be able to create a big spot and still distribute. Like, I don't have to worry about overcommitting a location necessarily. Although at the same time, we may not. Oh my God, they're still running Gorr. That kind of surprises me. I feel like with the Tribunal package, you get less on reveals. Like, it may still be big enough and be worth it. Sure, I buy that, but it does maybe feel a little bit weaker to me. So Jane here only draws 1 card. Because my hand is too full. But I sadly can't really... I mean, I can kind of dump cards a little. And then try to draw off Jane next turn, but it's just not really very good either. I don't know. We could go like Wong. I think all of that's just wrong. I think we literally just play Iron Man, and I don't know, maybe Tribunal next turn. Maybe I'm looking for like a, I don't know, a good Gorr maybe to go with the Iron Man without an onslaught though. I just, you know, it's hard for me to scale as much. They have a lot of crazy scalability that I don't have. You kind of want to play the Taskmaster so that you draw an extra card is the thing, right? Like we could draw Gorr and Mystique together, and then it's like Tribunal, Gorr, Mystique, but that still just seems too small, you know? It doesn't seem like it's ever enough against, particularly an Onslaught, you know? We think this deck's gonna run Onslaught. Onslaught kind of wants to go here for Sarah as the only thing. We know they have the Tribunals, that's not a question. Mr. Negative and Jane, oh my god, dude, what a hit, dude, what a hit. God, both together is insane. I don't know what's left for them. Gorr and Ironheart's not as good. I mean, it's still pretty good, but we're just scaling them up as we go, you know, that's the thing. Well, I don't even have a Tribunal right now. God, I still gotta play a Tribunal, man. Like, this is never gonna work. No, this never works. They're just so much stronger. Dude, the Gorr, their Gorr is like, yeah, I know it's an Iron Lad Gorr, but dang if it's not pretty big. Even just like, you know, like I said, they're not really running that many on reveals. You know, they have a lot of ongoing cards on board, right? It's 4 ongoing cards. It's just farming me, but that's a good sign, right? That maybe that's all you need. Maybe you don't really have to support Gorr that much. We're learning already. That's kind of wild if true. I don't know, I'm just hoping that somehow my scaling is better. It doesn't feel like it is right now, but there's no Onslaught, so oh man, dude, we just get there stealing their Tribunal and stacking better. Dude, it sure felt like they had a better series of lines than us, but we just stacked power well. Yeah, basically like the Jane was an extra boost, and we hit some good Ironhearts too, right? Like we hit 3 Ironhearts in the right location, which doesn't hurt at all. Maybe it wasn't necessary, but okay, dude. Yeah, man, these Gorrs, they got plus 16, and it's basically all me. I don't know about the average deck, but it's a good sign that you can get plus 16 and not really support it that much. You know, they probably only had 2 or 3 cards in play right there that buffed it. Okay, Mr. Negative's welcome site. Can we get a 2-drop? Can we get a 2-drop opponent? Frigga's actually pretty cool, Mr. Negative decks. I think it's a little clunky to use sometimes, but I wonder if we have to tempo it here though, just from a hand size standpoint. Like, oh my god, yes, we do. See ya, Frigga. Have fun. Hand size matters in case you hit Jane later, right? It's a cool Thor, dude. Why is Thor so sick? Oh, you're late, Ravona. You missed the party. Uh-oh. So did my alarm, apparently. Oh yeah, I was gonna sleep. I was gonna try to sleep till 1:30 instead of 1 when the card came out, but I decided not to be lazy. If you're wondering why I'm sleeping at all at 1:30, you're welcome to ask my toddler. She might have a great explanation for you. All right, so Iron Man Gorr is like enough to solo. Can you win with that Taskmaster on the Gorr is the question, right? That's where it becomes a challenge. How big does Gorr get? Dude, he's gonna get really big. I think we just give up right. I try to win Taskmaster left, right? Like this is already a pretty good head start. Like Iron Man matches the Thor here, we think. That's no problem. And then you hope to just Taskmaster this, right? Yeah, I think there's a good chance here, actually. Pretty good chance. Uh-oh, is that enough? How many hammers? 1 hammer? I think 1 hammer might be enough because it's making my Gorr bigger. Eitree's not an on reveal. Yeah, this should be fine, right? 22 and 22. Let's freaking go, dude. 24, excuse. Oh, but it's gonna be. Oh no, does this? How did that work? This. What made that go up to 24? Oh, well, no, duh. What are you saying? No, Taskmaster stays in on reveal, you idiot. It's not like Mystique. No, Taskmaster's still in on reveal. So Taskmaster does see his own self. In other words, like Gorr sees him, and then you know, it's favorable to the Taskmaster. It's always +2 with whatever is visible. So anyway, crazy good win. Yeah, that's nice, dude. Just splash 48 power on turn 6. Forget it. And you'll note, like, we didn't help at all. 2 on reveals for us. Well, 3, I guess. Taskmaster's 3 on reveals for us. So, you know, the other 12 power came from the opponent. 6, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 on reveals from the opponent. Dude, Gorr is big. I'm pleasantly surprised every time. This guy is big. Feast is nice. I hope they play there, dude. Play to feast. Give me the Mr. Negative. No. Oh, come on. That's honestly, that's cruel. You're gonna get a Mr. Negative and I'm not, because you won't play to feast for me. That is so rude, dude. Oh yeah, let's turn that garbage off. Yeah, we can't. That's risky. We're behind. If they've got a Mr. Negative in particular, we're super behind. So we'll probably play negative mid, to be honest, and then just like try to establish a Wong, I guess, left. Yeah, dude, that is so cruel. I mean, good for them. They should never play to feast. If you have what you need, you don't want to accidentally give something to the opponent, right? Like, clearly a excellent execution. This Mr. Negative, by the way, is the base Mr. Negative, and it's a common still. Like, it hasn't been upgraded yet. Did they just get Mr. Negative? That's pretty sick if so. Oh, dude, Jane. Wow. Nice. Maybe we'll naturally draw Psylocke or Ravonna here so that I can empty the hand a little more for Jane. That magic's totally fine. Yeah, I don't mind. This is definitely just going to be like a race to the strongest Mr. Negative payoff, you know? Oh, I only have 6. I thought this was giving us +2. Just kidding. Ignore everything I said earlier. I'm an idiot. So we need to draw 3 negative cards here. Is there any world where we do like Wong and Ravonna now, and then next turn we Jane? We know Limbo is going to stick, obviously. So next turn we Jane. These cost 2, 2, and 2 because of the Ravonna. And then we draw 3 things that cost 0. That's all playable, so it's better from a hand size standpoint, right? And then we kind of also have a little bit more sort of freedom, I guess, to like choose where we play. They've already played the Jane. Their hand was at 5, so they went to 7. Okay. This is really gonna come down to just like who has the juice. Oh, you know what I should have done? Maybe I think I maybe should have Mystiqued this. Like Mystique Gorr is really good and Mystique Iron Man is really good, so it's hard to say. But maybe. It's, you don't know. It's just, you don't know. Like, they're all good options, really. Boy, this game's gonna be a it's just gonna be a final turn blow up. I don't need Feast, so there's no reason for me to play to it. I know I can play my entire hand. I guess I can't technically play a Psylocke, but we don't care about that too much. I mean, Mystique Iron Man's gotta be the move, right? That's just gotta be the move. I think that's pretty much guaranteed. Frigga on their Iron Man. Oh boy, they don't have a Mystique though, so Wong into Mystique Wong. Oh god, so that's gonna be a nasty Sage. They could have a big Sage Taskmaster. They do have priorities, so at least we're not feeding them any extra bodies on that. Dude, I just don't even know. I just don't know. Oh, we actually got so much energy off Feast. We actually can do all this. So I'm basically gonna try to win mid and right. I'm saying like, yeah, Sage is scary, but since they only have what, 1, 2, 3, 4 stats, it's not that crazy. It's gaining +8 4 times. It's 32 + 10 is 42 power. I beat that with Gorr Iron Man easy. And then we're trying to win right with, you know, basically double Gorr, double Mystique, and then Ironheart buffs on top of that. Honestly, we could maybe even steal left with Sage. I don't know. Probably not because the Iron Man's scary, but you never know. This is going to be an absolute, I don't even know, dude. This is just, we're both blowing up. So Gorr is very big left. So left is gone. We're not winning left ever. It's really now about right. Is that second Iron Man going right? Yeah, I think we're going to lose right because theirs is just bigger, right? Maybe we get some good Ironheart buffs, but they're getting more Ironheart buffs too. So yeah, I think we're cooked. This is absolutely a like full-on crazy mirror match, man. Should I have played my Gorr last? Oh, I think I goofed up, right? I think my Gorr is smaller than it needs to be because I could have had these cards going off left. Well, you need it down before the Ironheart, though. Right? Well, not really, because Ironheart could also just buff stuff that feeds it anyway. It doesn't have to buff the Gorr. It's like my Taskmaster could be bigger, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think... Man, we maybe could have won this. I think I goofed, right? Like, how much bigger would my Taskmaster be? Because I have 3 on reveals here that aren't in this Taskmaster. So if I like played these first, Ironheart still hits all these. It doesn't really matter if it hits the Gorrs. You know, it can just hit anything here. I think we threw, right? Like, I think these come down first because the opponent doesn't get these, right? Like, well, they get them on this one, but this one doesn't matter. They don't get them on this one, but I would, right? I would net an extra 6, which is really an extra 12. Yeah, I think I threw 100%. This needs to happen last, right? It just needs to happen last. No, we learned. I think this was a winnable game and a good learning opportunity. I'm glad we learned this. It's not much to learn. It's kind of obvious in hindsight, but you know, you don't think about it much. Okay, crazy game, dude. The power output on these Gorrs is just absurd, by the way. Just absolutely insane. Okay, that's a start. Yeah, negative Jane's something. A magic would be welcome here, maybe to give us just more time. Brooklyn Bridge is kind of weird. Asteroid M and Brooklyn Bridge together are an interesting little pair. Oh, thank God Lemuria is not on our Mr. Negative turn. That would be very sad. Hand size wise, we like really need to dump a card, man. It sucks. Because I know I have Jane, right? Well, I mean, I guess actually we're only drawing 2 things. If I play negative where it's 6 next turn, Jane where it's 6 again. It's technically right, I think, to play one of these. It feels weird, but I think it's right. Do we still negative? We have no magic and no time to play a magic. Gorr could be a lifesaver here. I think we do. I think Gorr in particular is just like Gorr Taskmaster can win a game if the opponent has, you know, enough stuff that can like solo a game. Plus, you know, you can splash an Iron Man or whatever, or like Mystique Sage or something too. Gorr Mystique is also really nice. We probably just want to fill up left so that we don't disrupt too much. Oh, that order sucked. What a crappy 50-50 flip there. Oh my God, we hit the magic. Is that worth the trouble? If we go magic here, I can just lock up this. It's actually already a pretty big Sage. And then next turn I play Jane. Not a lot really changes, honestly, is the thing. It's like I expose myself to a little bit of risk with the magic, maybe. I think I just Jane, dude. I think we're fine. I think this is already a pretty big Gorr. Dude, I didn't even notice Gorr's animation. That was cool. I've played this a few times already and didn't even see that before. Yeah, I think... So their Gorr is -1, right? So this always beats their Gorr. I mean, maybe we like splash a Sage just in case they play something else. Because mine's 0 and theirs is -1. Like, obviously they can play more, you know, more stuff, but it's kind of interesting that mine technically always beats it. Oh, I need to do this in the other order though, right? Because, oh, well, no, Taskmaster, Gorr. Bro, I almost did this in the wrong order, by the way. Don't look at me. Taskmaster's not going to be quite as big as he could be because Sage is coming in between, or coming after, right? Like, the Gorrs will update, but the Taskmaster will be the based on the Mystique. There's just some weirdness here, basically, is what we're getting at. It's kind of like all these things want to sequence off each other, and they can't quite. Oh, the Ironheart would have changed things, right? Like we talked about, but importantly, it didn't hit the Gorr, but also we played the Sage, so either way we're covered, right? That was the nice thing here. Yep. Okay, dude. These all updating in sequence is cool, but yeah, dude, this is so nuts. Like, how much power did we dump? These two alone, man. Like, this is what I'm talking about, right? They're like, Taskmaster's 14 and Gorr's only 21, but because we had to weave the Mystique in between, and the Sage had to come after, it's just like he loses quite a few of the Gorr up cycles, you know? Silver Sable, not usually a big problem for us. Like, we don't really care. Rickety Bridge is a bit clunky. Maybe, oh yeah, exactly, we don't care. Maybe Mr. Negative could be good there. Sometimes you can like throw in an Ironheart or something late, just make sure they don't win it for free. Magic can turn it off, of course. Mr. Negative. Oh, dude. Oh, man. Honestly, yeah, let's just play Magic on 4. It's not that likely we hit negative or Wong. If we do, we'll just play Magic on 5, so it's fine. Would be much better if this wasn't a random pet mansion and we could just turn off Bridge. Agent Venom, sure. I feel like Gorr in an Agent Venom deck makes a ton of sense, by the way. I suspect that's what they're doing. Like, you know, just give it a chill +4 buff and it fits really well. I mean, the only thing that maybe doesn't fit is just like, you know, do you want to play a 6-drop in this package or do you want more like cheap, flexible stuff to play late? I guess that's the question. They're running Psylocke though, so maybe they're trying to play this on 5 and then do other spicy stuff alongside it. I don't know. This might be a weird game where Ravonna Mystique is actually the right move. Just because, like, we got a lot of things in hand that need to get way cheaper, and we don't have a Mr. Negative. It's like, yeah, the Mystique does have a ton of upside later, to be fair, like, from a power standpoint, but do we get more power out of all these discounts? I don't know. We're going to try it. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but it just feels curved too right now, which is nice. Yeah, they definitely seem like they're building towards Gorr. By the way, this is a fully inked out deck. This is sick, dude. Good on you, man. That's cool. So Gorr, finish on a Gorr this turn would be kind of ideal, I guess. Opponent has priority. Seems like this is a pretty important place. Finish on a Gorr, then you go Taskmaster, Iron Man. You kind of spike that Iron Man wherever. Unfortunately, left isn't good, but maybe that's where the Taskmaster goes. Maybe Iron Man goes right. Sage is solid, but not huge. Yeah, I think this is the way to do it. It's not the strongest we've ever looked, but I think it's okay. Yeah, there's their Gorr, sure. So we know we can match like Gorr to Gorr, but our Taskmaster is locked, and there's, oh, but actually based on our hand, oh no, we got priority back. Yeah, no, ours is locked in, right? So, I would say we do this. Taskmaster's gonna go to 13, which is bigger than Iron Man. Odin here would go to 18. That'd be fine. Yeah, I don't want to go toe to toe with their Gorr. I guess I'm a bit worried about like a Taskmaster of theirs. I have a 2-point lead though, so that might actually just set up a tie. Is this gonna be like an Arnim Zola right here, bro? What? Arnim Zola would be fine because we just win left. Either way, yeah, that's totally chill. Leaving me with a 2-point lead there is completely fine, and we still tie like we said because we have a 2-point lead, even though our Taskmaster is smaller, right? Cool. I like this idea, dude. This is fun. Like double Gorr is really cool, but we just, you know, we do the same sort of thing. I think the Mystique Ravonna line worked out well, by the way, just like perfect from a curve standpoint. We really got a lot of stuff down. Early Sage too was just strong enough. Like, yeah, man, this deck's good. This deck's really good. Gorr gives it a win condition outside of negative that's very firm. Like it's just 2-card win condition, unlike, you know, like Wong Sage stuff, which can take like a million cards. Oh my, quite a pair, but no discounts or anything. Like we desperately need Ravonna stuff, I guess. Oh, nice. This is another Ravonna Mystique game. I think so, man. This hand definitely calls for it. We just played a Ravonna Mystique game against a Silver Sable deck. It hit Taskmaster last time. What's it hit this time? It's Mr. Negative. Oh my god, that's got to be worth it too, right? We can even play it in Luke's bar so that we don't have to worry about that negative power. I mean, it is a hand size concern, I guess, in that case. It's a little bit annoying. Dude, that Hawkeye, it's like the Ronin version. That's cool. I haven't seen that before, I don't think. If we had a Jane, I probably wouldn't want this Mr. Negative back in hand. I'd probably just deal with it, but I don't have a Jane. I think Mystique is probably better in hand like this. I mean, God, to be honest, like, though, if we look at the deck, like, the only good card is Iron Man and Iron Heart, and then a Wong. Like, is this really worth it, or am I better off just playing for these guys? Like, I can play Gorr plus Sage next turn. Just load up the vault, although you kind of want Gorr Taskmaster. Boy, I don't know, man. It may not be worth it. It's like if you top deck Iron Man, obviously it's worth it. But if you don't, I don't know, dude. There's a chance this is just a whiff. Like, do you just hit, like, magic and that's it, you know? Hawkeye Grandmaster. Okay. Silver Sable again. This is unbelievable. Ironheart is a pretty good hit, yeah. Next turn is, well, I really need to play Gorr next turn. He can go mid. That's actually pretty good, yeah. This Mystique though is just doing nothing really. We played negative, remember, so she's not on the Ravona. I mean, do we ever just throw her down to buff Sage maybe and save the Ironheart for later? Just to spike more? Yeah, maybe so. I have no way to access Luke's bar unless I draw magic next turn, so I don't know. It's pretty spooky. Second Ramona doesn't help my Sage any, unfortunately. This Silver Sable is ridiculous, by the way. They just keep playing it, man. It's wild. It's only a 4-power Sage. Are you kidding me? That is garbage. Wow, this is a good draw, though, actually. This is a pretty big deal. I think it's worth it, too. It gives me access to Vault again. Yeah, I think it's worth it. Iron Man would be a huge spike. Wong would still be pretty great too for this Iron Heart. There's their Gorr. Okay. A lot of people playing Gorr in more like bouncy decks than I expected. It kind of makes sense. I mean, don't get me, I like it. I don't know about curve fit is the only thing. Like, I don't know how it fits the curve, but I'm not the one playing it, so I don't know. Okay, so now Gorr here is pretty great. We can do Iron Man maybe mid. I don't know, maybe left. We may have to give up mid. I'm not sure yet. It looks pretty big. Depends on whether or not we get a Wong maybe, but Taskmaster's probably what you want to play because you trust Gorr to be the biggest. You think Gorr is going to be the biggest card here, or at least tied for... No, he won't be tied. Mystique's going to be bigger because she starts at 0. No, that really kills our Taskmaster upside. Like, he's still decently sized. You're kidding me. They bounced that Sable again. Screw them, dude. That is an outrage. Absolute outrage. I will say the opponent is going off first. Yeah, oh, dude, I don't really trust this. Like, this Iron Man needs to get some hits from this Iron Heart, realistically. You can't buff the Gorr and then Taskmaster it, right? Because obviously the Ironheart goes down, disrupts the Taskmaster chain. So I think Right's just kind of gone. Since we can't outpace that Mystique. We just kind of have to trust Iron Man here, which I don't. I don't really trust the Iron Man here. It seems like it's not enough. I also, geez, Silver Sable's too big too, to be honest. I didn't even think about that. That's crazy. Nova is at least very tiny. Big enough mid? I think we have to hit like the craziest Mystique set, to be honest. We're definitely big enough right, because Gorr's 19. Ironheart, please! I don't think it matters. It's gotta be all 6. Oh! God, it's close! God dang it! I guess maybe even another one wasn't enough, because the Ironheart buffed the Gorr again, right? Yeah, it buffed the Gorr again. Yeah. I mean, Ravona with Gorr and Mystique in this deck does really create a lot of opportunity for the Gorr. Like, a 5-cost Gorr is really nuts. This line, dude, I don't know if this panned out. Like, it kind of did because we spent all our energy, right? Like, I literally used Mystique just to buff Sage by 2, but the Ravona, you know, if this had been like 6 or 8, if it gotten more hits, and then this stupid Silver Sable too, dude. Like, come on. Look at this! That Luke's bar was just farming us. We're playing Mike. I like we both just have real names as our name, you know? That's always fun. Psylocke for the opponent. How do you click off of this? Can't see anything. All right. Yeah. I think you tempo the Ironheart here just to get some stats. We don't have a lot of spare energy at the moment. This puts a 0, a 2, and a 4 right for Sage as well, which is pretty nice. They're playing their Gorr already, sure. So we can match Gorr to Gorr. Good Sage right, like we said too. That's now got 4 bodies. That's already pretty great. I think we are fine to just tempo the Gorr here. Tempo Iron Man instead. Yeah, I think that's fine too. Oh, actually, do we play both? Yeah, maybe. I don't have a Mr. Negative, right? So energy efficiency here is actually pretty dang important. I think this feels like just Gorr on 6 and Taskmaster on 7. You'd love to see a Mystique in the mix there, though. Right? You want to see a Mystique so that you can go Gorr, Mystique, Taskmaster. Okay, the Iron Man's matching up, sure. Not expecting an Arnim Zola or anything. Mr. Negative is just too late, yeah. I think it's okay to put this here. I'm still looking for that Mystique top deck. It's a 1 in 3. Mystique top deck. Oh god, they're Tribunal. Oh no, we can't win. Whoops. Whoopsie. Yeah, we can't win. Tribunal, I mean, what are they at? They're at 16, 32, 64, 66, and 11. It's 77 divided by 3. God, we're actually really close. But we can't. I don't think we get there right, do we? How big are these Gorrs going to be? 11 only? You assume they only play Tribunal and no other on reveal. So this is only going to be 11, 12. It's 24. It's not enough. Yeah, we're a little shy, I think. It's close. It's actually close, but we're a little shy. If we had a little bit, oh, I forgot their Gorr is actually getting a little bigger too. They're gonna be at like 79 or something divided by 3. God dang, we're close, dude. What is it actually? 28, 30. Hold up. Are we? Hold up. We're not close. We get there. I'm a genius. I'm so lucky.